So today we're talking about video games, yes, Charles?
Yes,
All right.
we're talking about video games today.
Alright, let's do it. It's your boy Maui.
And your boy Charles.
And this is Couch Surfing. Dude, I don't play video games. I mean, outside of like this one iPhone app I game with, I haven't played video games in so long.
I play video games as much as I can.
Yeah.
I think, yeah,
We're two sides of the spectrum.
Steve and I are definitely the outliers in our friend group.
Yeah,
We don't game at all.
I used to be hardcore.
Yeah.
But we used to play all the time.
Yeah,
You could come over and we play Sonic. Sonic Adventures 2, man. That was good. That was a good song. Like, I looked at reviews on that game, like, online.
Yeah.
And it doesn't have great reviews.
No, it doesn't.
But I remember it being such a fun game.
It was fun back in the. It didn't age well. I
No,
would say
it
that
didn't.
it did
Really
not
didn't.
age well. But I will still play the fuck out of it because I know how to. I know how to work it.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Or like when you get bored, you just go to like make your work on your little chows.
Yeah.
You just make a bunch of chows, dude. I love that aspect. I would like spend literally hours just like trying to make all different. Because you can make like this Sonic looking one, this Angel looking. I'd make them all.
There's actually a lot of fucking depth to that. Like, you know how there's the
Oh, yeah,
dark
the
hero,
Chow
and then, you know, you can turn into like, oh, a flying Chow, then there's like, goes even further, you can be like, oh, a hero flying power Chow. I'm just like, that's insane.
Yeah, there was like 3 delineations. It's like you can have an Angel Chow that's a flying, an Angel Chow that's a flying power.
Yeah.
Or a normal. Normal is the worst one. You're just like,
boring.
I fucked up.
Like the spike just gets a little pointier, I guess, and that's it.
The ball in his head changed.
Yeah.
It
was silly.
Have you still been very competitive in gaming? Like, have you still been like on that competitive field?
For Smash, I was gonna actually drop it and just go to tournaments to socialize and play friendlies, right? I was gonna like enter the tournament.
Like in a competitive setting, like you boulders?
Yeah. But in NorCal, there's just been like this kind of an issue, at least to me. There are 2 top players who are like top 50 in the world. Their names are Luis and Kurama. Those are their tags. And they're just on a different spectrum.
They're just that.
They're in a different field. It's like those 2, then everyone else. Like, okay, those 2, like a group of like,
they're like
4 people,
like
and then everyone else.
They're like the SSS2, and then the next person's A2.
Exactly.
There's no SS or S2.
And I'm just sitting here like, okay, they aren't going to main characters. And I see them just bodying everybody in this game. I'm just like, I'm sitting here like, this is fucking pathetic. And so for me, I'm just like, okay, if I have to drop every video game I'm playing and just dedicate time to this one video game, then I'll fucking do it to be top 3 in NorCal. I'll do it, because this is fucking bothering me. Over there taunting mid-game, and I know they don't get anything by it. I'm just like, dude, what the fuck is everyone doing? And, you know, sometimes there's just talented people.
I've seen a few videos, because like I'll just get on like I'll just hit like a video game watching binge, and I'll watch like MK Layout and all like top tier players. So I don't know like medium spectrum players, because like
Kurama beat MK Leo once.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. So, and Luis got like top 8 at a
reputable tournament.
Yeah, it was a tournament. It was a tournament in Ohio called Riptide. It was like at least 500 plus entrants.
Oh wow!
Like 1,000 got top 8. Kurama got 17th. Like, they're up there.
Yeah, for sure. Jesus.
And I don't know, seeing everyone else in NorCal just be so under leveled, it just makes me mad.
Yeah, I feel that. But it's like, I mean, my game is definitely a different functionality, but the same kind of premise. Like, in the sense of like, there's one guy that's just like class above. Literally, it has like 1,600 servers. It's like a gacha game.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so like there's like 1,600 servers, and like he was in my starting server, and like legitimately, it's like he's like, I have to go to the older servers because everyone's weak. That's that weak. Like, I have to go with the people that have been playing this game and building their account for a year, and he's still clapping cheeks and that.
Actually,
what the fuck is going on?
We did an interview after like a local tournament, and someone's like, "Why do you even come to these tournaments anymore here? Or tournaments here anymore? Like local tournaments? Is it just for the bag?" He's like, "Yeah, because the payout's like $200 for top first place."
Yeah, if you make
so
if you can find a way to make easy money, why not?
And he's just like, "Yeah, you know, It's obviously great to socialize with my homies. Like these are some of my best friends.
Yeah.
But I just want to play Kurama again because Kurama's in SAC and Luis is in South Bay / East Bay, so they don't get to interact a lot.
Yeah.
So it's just like, yeah, it's just so fun and just like secondaries because I want to learn these characters. I feel like I'm not learning anything if I can play my mains, yada yada yada. I'm just sitting there hearing this. I'm like, Luis is a great guy. He's a friend of mine, but I'm also just like, fuck, man.
I feel like how you have to in those games, you kind of have to learn every character to know how to play against them, right?
Yeah, that is correct. And this game has almost 90 characters.
Yeah,
so that's really
they keep adding new characters to the goddamn roster.
I'm just like, dude.
I feel like every new character is like hype, and then after like you learn its like moveset becomes less.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that's true though.
It depends on the character.
Like I've seen like again I follow like MK a little bit, and there's really him because he's been like one of the tops.
Yeah.
Top. But like he'll play Sephiroth for like once it first came out. That was his main for a little bit. Then he went back to I think Joker or something like that.
Yeah, he's playing Byleth now.
He's
been playing Byleth.
Yeah.
Since like.
But he'll main the new character like for like a few tournaments, and then he'll go back to like whatever he was like most comfortable with.
Mm-hmm. There's some people who like pick up the characters and there's like, okay, this actually really.
Like just pretty much synergizes with that player well.
Exactly.
There wasn't it. Who was? Aren't they like open it? Have they released the Tekken player yet?
Yeah, Kazuya.
Yeah, with like he had like Tekken movesets instead of like normal
50,000 moves. Yeah,
it's crazy.
It's fucking hilarious. There's some characters or some people who pick them up.
I wonder if like any like PlayStation 2 or PlayStation like Tekken player was like about to just storm in the Smash field just wreck. That'd be intense if that happened.
So I remember Sonic Fox. Have you heard of Sonic Fox? It's like the best, basically FGC player right now.
I haven't heard.
Yeah. So he wanted to pick up Smash, but then he just like a lot of fighting game people. They want to play Smash and then they try to get into it, and they just go back to like
their usual.
Yeah, like Mortal Kombat or.
Well, Smash isn't like button combination. It's more. I don't know. It's more timing, right? I feel like it's more like quick twitch in a sense. You know, like.
Yeah.
Like you see like Injustice, that's the first one I came on. But like Tekken and like Mortal Kombat is like there's some strategy to it, but it's more just like can I get my button combinations off and can I counter this person? Can I get them off first before my opponent?
It's a lot of execution.
Yeah. Exactly. And Smash is more
sandbox.
Yeah, in that sense, yeah. In the way that like I don't know, it's less like execution. I mean, like you still want to get your timings perfect, but at the same time, like there's more strategy in like handling certain players. You know what I mean? Like, not saying
there's a lot more. There are different situations, like one person on the platform, one person on like the base playing field.
Yeah,
like
ledge, picking the battlefield can make a huge difference depending on which player you're using.
Where like for traditional fighters, it's just like a 2D plane and you're going.
Yeah, literally, it's like you're here. Like even like the whole camera layout's so different. It makes it that way. You can't. Sometimes you can like jump over your like opponent in those fucking like Tekken and all those games, but like it's not as well known as compared to Smash, where you're like flying across the screen.
Yeah, it's basically a platform fighter.
Yeah.
So there's a lot more unique situations in Smash than there are in like traditional fighting games from what I've played.
So there's less spam too. I don't know. There used to be like that like meme where you can just spam low kicks all the time in like those fucking fighting games.
I will say that for like low level players,
yeah. Well, even in Smash too, there used to be some spam moves, but they're much easier to counter.
Yeah.
You know, like the Donkey Kong down B, no.
Down throw. Oh yeah.
That used to be like the literally like novice like spam move. Like, if you didn't know what character you use, you pick Donkey Kong, you just do that for days on end. Or you pick like our friend Addison, you pick like
Bowser.
He picked Bowser. He picked Bowser, or he picked King DDD with the fucking hammer, or that is it the up B down B, or he fucking just ground and pounds the ground. Flying. Or was it? And then there's that DK carry. Where you literally just pick someone up with DK, walk off the stage with them. Right? There's like spams, but they're you can counter them much easily. And then you'll get like your ice climber spam, where like you get caught in that trap, and it's pretty much like, but stock gone.
I will say for Smash Brothers, it's also like easier to pick up because it's kind of like people know how to play Super Mario, right?
Yeah.
So it's just literally for Smash, just run and jump and press A to attack.
Right.
Where fighting games, there's like
you gotta
maybe
memorize
6
all your
different
button
letters.
combinations and it's like
You have like light kick, heavy kick,
yeah.
and shit like that.
You're breaking
and
your
disable
joystick
punches,
trying to get
yeah.
the combos off and like trying to get this. Because like that's literally what it is. Just can I juggle this player?
Yeah.
Oh, he's in the air. Okay, now I gotta hit this combo. Gotta hit this combo. I can't hit him on this combo, so you gotta drop it and I gotta reset. Like in Smash, like you can get combos, but it's like you really gotta work for it. Is there other games you're playing besides Smash? I know you and Kendall play
Monster Hunter?
Monster Hunter. You guys still playing that?
No. We do not, but lately, don't get me wrong, I love Monster Hunter. It's like top 5 favorite franchises of all time.
Yeah.
But like the recent one is kind of like there's not a good end game in my opinion. There's not a lot to do once you beat the game, so I just haven't gone back to it. But they're releasing an expansion pass, so there's
That's
gonna be
been
like a
like
whole.
that's been like the video game like formula now. It's like don't release everything yet, because then we could get another $20 off that person. I kind of hate it, but it's the same. Like it sucks because like people can make unfinished games and then we'll just throw patches in and we'll just throw expansions on.
That's always been a thing for Monster Hunter though. Like ever since like PS2.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. So there'd be like the original was like Monster Hunter, then like Monster Hunter G, which is like a whole other. Don't get me wrong, the G actually adds a lot to the game.
Yeah.
But back then you have to buy a whole new game. Where now it's just like okay, you buy
You buy
expansion
that,
for $20.
yeah.
It's just like that makes more sense based on Monster Hunter's old formula. But yeah, for like a lot of games, that's basically the new thing. It's like release the game. Don't finish it.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll do a couple free updates. Here's some paid DLC, the expansion pass. There's all this shit.
Well, that was like what's that first-person shooter? Destiny.
Yeah.
Right. Didn't they have like a shit ton of expansions, and then they finally came out with Destiny 2?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like,
And then they did the same thing with Destiny 2, where they had a fuck ton of expansions.
yeah. And now I don't know if they'll come out with a third.
Yeah. I don't know.
I wouldn't be surprised if they did. They did the same one.
I don't know much about Destiny. That's kind of.
I don't either. I just remembered that like they would have like. Their expansions were kind of cool because like it was like a whole story arc, like the Taken King. Like I was like, oh cool, like it's actually like it seems like its own little game. But it's like one just really long mission. I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
I don't know.
I haven't played Destiny.
Yeah,
I just know Kendall's the Destiny expert.
Is he?
Yeah.
My brother used to play.
Okay.
So I was always that backseat gamer. I don't know. I always liked watching my brother play video games, and I never really wanted to play myself.
I used to watch my brother play video games like Final Fantasy VII, Zelda, Twilight Princess. But I was also the little brother, so it was just
Yeah. But that was the thing is he played more of like the more adultish, I would say, games. Right. I was the one that played like all the Nintendo Zeldas and all the Mario Party or Mario like Sunshine, Mario. Like I was that guy. He was the guy that played like Fallout, Call of Duty, Modern Warfare. Like there was a big difference in our gameplays.
Yeah.
But I loved watching him play because he was really good at the games that he played. And like he didn't watch me play because yeah, he's doing other shit, you know. Also, not only that, but like I would play at like the butt crack at night. You know what I mean? Like I think it's so I guess my fucking sleeping schedule started bad since the beginning. But yeah. I think the last game I played was like Warzone with him. Honestly,
okay.
He just made it look so easy, and I was just I hated it because I think he just enjoys playing with me, or just enjoys playing with people he knows.
Mm-hmm.
And I suck. I really suck at the game. Like I used to be decent at Call of Duty, but I hadn't played I hadn't been serious in Call of Duty since like Black Ops. So I was like middle school.
I used to play like Black Ops 2 and Modern Warfare 3 with Kendall a lot. And that's like the first time I was like playing first person shooters a fuck ton.
Mm-hmm.
But after that I just stopped. And I kind of miss playing first person shooters. There's like something about it that's
There's something about it I like, but it's probably I don't know, not my least favorite genre, but I don't know, I prefer more. I like RPGs.
RPGs are cool.
Maybe it's because like I'm just like that anime guy, and like I watch a lot of like those RPG based animes.
So you like JRPGs? Japanese RPGs?
Well,
Final Fantasy?
not in that
Or,
sense,
like,
but like
Red Dead?
I like the storylines.
Okay.
You know, I love story. Like if you could put like a good story into a video game like that, I love it. Like Borderlands isn't a JRPG. Like the story behind it, as goofy and as fucking childish as it could be sometimes, because I liked it a lot. You know, like if you could build a good plot to a to a game, then I'll play it. You know?
For sure.
That's the reason why I picked up Modern Warfare. The newest one, I was like, oh, like let's see how the campaign goes, and it wasn't all cracked up to be what I thought it was gonna be.
I never played Call of Duty for the campaign. I heard Call of Duty Ghosts had a good campaign, despite the multiplayer being kind of according to people. That's really it. I didn't even finish that.
Yeah, I think wasn't Black Ops the one with the meme? The numbers, Mason. What do they mean? Was that Black Ops? I want to say that one.
You're probably
It
correct.
was either that or Modern Warfare. It wasn't Modern Warfare 2. Modern Warfare 2 was the one where one of your main characters that you don't play was actually like the bad guy the whole time. They had really good plot lines too, but a really good one was The Last of Us. I loved it. I loved because again I think my brother played it, but I also just watched playthroughs just to see the story because it was such a good story. It was such a good. I didn't see the second one.
I need to finish the second one with Kendall, but people say like they're upset with what happens in the game, like how it, But I really don't think it's that bad. I think it's really good because it's still The Last of Us.
Yeah.
I also know a lot of people who enjoy the story a lot, so it might just be people being emotional.
Did they just cut Joel out of that whole thing? Do you know?
No, he's in the game.
Oh yeah.
You just play as Ellie, yeah.
Yeah, I know you played as Ellie. I just didn't. I don't know if he died or again. I haven't caught up on the story. I don't know if he died or not, but yeah. Would you prefer I don't know. I feel like older games for me are much better. Obviously graphics wise and I don't know. Maybe it's just the nostalgia one.
How old?
Well,
I can't play NES games.
No, that's too old. I meant
64?
GameCube, 64, when games started to start being revolutionized in the 3D realm. What is it? I think Zelda Ocarina of Time came out for the
64.
It was the 64. Okay, I didn't know.
They put it on the GameCube as well.
I know they did. I had the GameCube remake because then they had that harder mode where everything was master mode. It was harder because they just moved everything around, so you couldn't just linearize it. You all played it before, where everything's at. Yeah, GameCube and 64 was for me the prime time of it.
I love the 64. Star Fox 64 is my favorite.
Star Fox, they had Banjo-Kazooie, they had
Kirby Crystal Shards is my favorite Kirby game.
The first Mario parties.
That too, yeah.
Mario Party 2 was that was the one that was the coolest one because for me they had cowboy hats and stuff. They had themes, they had the space themes, but the games were original. Now the games there are Mario Party 10, 11. Maybe even further. 13?
I don't think they stopped with numbers. I think they're at
yeah, I think
they made Super Mario Party.
Yeah, they just had to reset it.
Then they're bringing back the old Mario Party maps with just upgrade graphics basically.
It was just cool. But the game, the mini games were so much more creative in the first two, and then after 6, because I think 6 was the one where I really just they just started getting redone, just pretty much reskinned in a sense.
I stopped at 4. I think 4
was
my favorite.
4 was good. I think one of them that was really a hidden gem was number 5.
Yeah.
I never saw it anywhere.
I never played 5. Yeah.
We had to rent it.
Oh, okay.
But they had this side thing where you can do almost destruction derby with cars, and you would play the board games or you'd play the main game to get pieces for building cars to do this little side thing with, which was really cool. But yeah, 4 was same here. 4 was the last time it was really amazing.
4 is my favorite. The first one's probably the most nostalgic for me. And a lot of mini games.
That
game was just fucking this.
It was either button mashing or rolling the joystick.
They really just want to be yo, check out this fucking analog stick.
Yeah, check how check the tracking on it. Yeah, track well. But yeah, 4 had a lot of tracing games, which was always fun.
Yeah.
Where you literally trace patterns on the thing, which was fun. It helped you. For me, it helped build hand-eye coordination to the sense where you're looking up, trying to trace the thing. You're not looking down at your thumb
It reminds me of that one mini game in the first one where they have drills and you have to trace this thing in order for an enemy to come out or something. Yeah.
Yeah, and then they switched it to the Wii where you had to trace with it. But dude, the Wii sensors were so bad. They were either on point or they like were just so completely off point. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. The hand was fucking jumping around
Yeah,
and shit.
it looked like you fucking had like Tourette's, you know? But I mean, I played Wii games, but they were all like, they never included this. Like, I played Zelda, Twilight Princess, where you had like minimal use on the sensor.
I didn't play any games with the sensor on the Wii.
Yeah, I hated it. Wii Sports, that was like the go-to, like, that was the best game, and it was free. It came with the system. I don't know, was there another good one? Besides, I mean, Twilight Princess, but you could play that on GameCube.
Yeah, I'm trying to think.
I don't remember like ever any like outstanding Wii games. Like Mario Soccer on the Wii wasn't as good as the Mario Soccer on GameCube. I know that for sure.
Are you saying games in general or games with motion?
In general.
There are a lot of like hidden gems on the Wii that, like, I know some people who thought like, oh, the Wii's just for party games. But like, no, there are a lot of fucking good RPGs on there, like Xenoblade Chronicles, Fire Emblem, Radiant Dawn, Path of Radiance, Monster Hunter.
I never got into those, not because I didn't like them, but like they never like marketed well. You know, they marketed any of those games.
Okay.
You know, like
Oh yeah, they're mainly like they're all in Japan.
yeah, and like America was marketing like the Mario brand. You know what I mean? What was was there a Mario game for a Wii? Galaxy. I didn't play
Galaxy and Galaxy 2.
Yeah, I didn't think those. They didn't look that good.
They were really good, but they were really slow.
Yeah.
Like you don't run very fast in that game, and the jumping's very floaty because of the whole zero gravity thing.
Yeah.
So it doesn't like it didn't appeal to everybody, especially like speedrunners. Like
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
you
like.
don't see, well, because I used to. I've been on a speedrun bitch too. Amazing games done quick, or awesome games done quick.
Yeah.
And like you don't see a lot of Galaxy. You don't see like they just started doing a lot more Sunshine, but even that's a long ass game. The speedrun.
Another good Wii game. I wish I had like my library of Wii games. So like.
I mean, there was one, but I don't think a lot of people would agree, which was Paper Mario. But that's just because
that's a good game for sure.
The one on Wii was, I loved it. They didn't have a lot of cursor, like a lot of sensor tracking, and the battle style was a lot different because like if you remember in the GameCube version, right, the 1,000-Year Door, like it was turn-based.
Yeah.
And like in I forget what they called it. I think it was just Super Paper Mario. I think that's all they called it. But it wasn't turn-based. It was like live action. Like you jump on the enemy right then and there. And
okay. I never played the Wii one.
Yeah. So it was like the scrolling map was also the battlefield. Yeah. It was like one of those things where like, it wouldn't take you to a new screen and then it was turn-based like in 1,000-Year Door or like the first Paper Mario or I don't know how they do it now. I think they went back to turn-based.
Yeah, I think that was the only one that wasn't turn-based. I remember Sticker Star on the 3DS was turn-based. That one was weird. That one, not a lot of people liked. I didn't mind it actually, but
I like it. I like the story. I didn't think this. I didn't. I've seen like little clips of Sticker Star, but I didn't think their story was going to be good. So I didn't even pay attention to it.
I just got it. It was like $15 at GameStop. I'm like, fuck it, Paper Mario.
Yeah, but that's me.
It was enjoyable. I'll say that.
The top one is 1,000-Year Door.
Yeah,
that one was the best. That one was the best. I never played the first one though, so I can't really say. But that one was the best. And then you get your Mario RPGs, which were fun. I loved it. I love that they turned Mario into an RPG.
I actually never played that. I played Super Mario RPG on the Super Nintendo.
The first one, right? Yeah.
With Gino?
Yeah, I was going to say the character they wanted.
Malo, I think, was the cloud guy.
Yeah. Everyone loves Gino. They want him in Smash. Do it.
Yeah, Brawl was cool on the Wii.
Brawl was cool.
Subspace Emissary was sick.
It was like, that was sick. That was dope. The gameplay felt clunkier than Melee, because Melee's just so fast.
Yeah.
And like,
Brawl was very slow.
Brawl was very slow.
Like, I played Fox in that game and he fell very slow.
Yeah.
And then I was just like, that's weird.
Everything felt slow in Brawl, but like, Emissary was amazing. I wish they did that for real. They didn't do that for all.
No.
Yeah. I wish they did something similar to that.
They had an adventure mode, but it was kind of shitty.
Yeah, didn't you like pick up like a bunch of like items and then like you would attach them to
it was like a giant board game.
Yeah.
Basically. It was like, just give the people what they want, but whatever.
I know, dude. Space Emissary was just, I fucking love it.
They're probably worried about, or had a high focus on the character roster. And like,
yeah, you could tell because they keep adding more.
Yeah, they're just like, okay, finally get K-Rool Banjo, fucking the Belmonts.
But that was their like winning formula. You know, it was like Space Emissary isn't gonna get us people buying this game and buying expansions left and right. Like characters and adding secret, because that was always the cool thing. Like Melee, like all those hidden characters you had to unlock was fucking amazing. You had to unlock Luigi, like there was like different methods. Like, I would look online to how to do it.
Yeah.
It was like, oh, you had to play like.
Do you remember cheatplanet.com?
I don't.
Okay.
I use game FAQs.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cheatplanet is basically they just gave you all the cheat codes for like fucking Guitar Hero and shit.
Oh, okay.
They just tell you how to unlock characters like Dragon Ball Z Budokai 3 or whatever.
I would go on game FAQs and like you get like those huge ass documents that you had to download.
Oh.
And like they have like GTA codes, but like they would also have like walkthroughs and everything like that. Like it was like a dossier, dude. It was like a full list of like here's the walkthrough, here's the character analysis, here's the I'm like, oh shit. Pokemon, they're coming out with a new one. Like was it Origins?
Pokemon Origin, no,
you know what I'm talking about?
Arceus, right? Or Arceus,
Yeah.
I think is the technical, like correct way to say it, but everyone says Arceus.
Yeah, either one. We know what we're talking
It's
about.
like an open world Pokemon.
Yeah, that'll be pretty cool. It looked I mean, when they came out with the drop, it looked pretty sick. But I know a lot of people were underwhelmed about like the re-release of Diamond and Pearl.
Mm-hmm. I know some people love. I think that's Gen 4.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It's a good gen, but like the reskin, because all they're doing is just a reskin. I haven't seen anything like in Omega, Ruby and Sapphire. They added Megas, you know, like in what is it, Fire Red and Leaf Green. Like they added color, like, which was like something really huge, and you could sprint in that game. Like no one wants to. I don't know.
Yeah.
Unless you're speedrunning it, no one wants to play like the OG Game Boy Pokemon Red and Blue.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
I know some people, like a group of my brother's friends, or my brother's friend group. Some of the guys, one of their names is Ian. He just has like a fucking Game Boy, and he's playing Pokemon Silver, and it's like okay, dude.
Like I love and Soul Silver and Heart Gold, fucking one of my favorites. Came in the same time as Diamond and Pearl. I think third generation that was like best. Was the best, but that was like the generation I grew up into.
I didn't play a lot of Pokemon growing up. I played Fire Red, and I played Diamond and Pearl, and I played X and Y.
I didn't play. I stopped after Black and White.
Okay. I didn't even own Diamond and Pearl. Diamond.
Did you emulate it?
No, I borrowed it from a friend.
Oh.
And then X and Y I only got because Kendall was getting it, and his girlfriend was getting it. I'm like, you know what? They're moving in 8 directions now.
Yeah.
Maybe I like Pokemon. And I play. I'm like, it's okay.
It's the same thing.
Yeah.
Same thing. Just more 3D looking.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, dude, Pokemon was cool. I mean, the ones I kind of liked, and again, this is a hot take, but the GameCube ones.
Oh, those are actually my favorite.
Yeah, right? They were mine too.
I like those. I like Stadium. Pokemon
Stadium
was mainly for the mini games,
Snap.
honestly. Pokemon Snap was fun, yeah.
They came out with the one on Switch now?
Yeah, a lot of people liked it.
Okay.
But I wouldn't play Pokemon Snap again, so I wouldn't play the new one.
Yeah.
Like, it's cool.
Once you beat the game, it's like you don't really want to revisit it.
I feel like when I play those kind of games, I'm wasting my time.
Yeah.
You know, like with Smash, it's competitive and it's like something to like work. There's something to work towards. With story, you know, there's obviously a story to intake. But when I'm just like sitting there taking pictures of Pokemon, I'm just like, I feel like this is just
Alright,
complete
to go
waste of
outside,
time.
take pictures of animals. Like, what am I doing?
But I mean, if people are into that, they're into
Yeah, well, for sure. I agree.
It's just not my thing.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Or like puzzle games. My mom, it's a freaking workout for the brain. You know?
Like the brain, like the actual brain games, or like because you know they had the game called Brain Games. Like they used to be on the DS.
I didn't play those, but like games that incorporate a lot of puzzles, like old school Zelda games that have a lot of puzzles.
No, so you're not talking about like Zelda puzzle games in the sense like you know you have to figure out how to get through the fucking map. You're talking about like Tetris-esque puzzle games. Yeah.
I'm talking about no Zelda-esque puzzle games where it's like the old school Zelda games used to be like a puzzle adventure game because you had to figure out your way through the dungeon. You're like, okay, how do I use this item? Where shit like that.
Okay.
But don't get me wrong, I fucking love Tetris too.
I love Tetris. Yeah. I think
super fun.
I mean it's one of the oldest games after after Pong and all those other ones. But like, it's one of those ones where you can literally just be mindless and just fucking just try and fit things in.
You kind of just get in a flow state basically, where you're just putting blocks and shit. It's just I don't know, it's cathartic.
Yeah. Ooh, but yeah, I think I would honestly have to say GameCube was my top favorite.
You got a lot of games.
They Kirby Air Ride, dude.
Kirby
Air Ride was the shit.
And
Sonic Riders, like they came out with a lot of innovative games.
Citytron, Kirby Air Ride was sick.
Yeah.
That was my favorite.
Yeah, I'd only be Citytron. You just fucking roam the map, just collecting a bunch of shit. And, like, getting all those secret pieces to get those legendary, like...
Double Dash.
Yeah. That's what I was trying. I was trying to think. I was like, I know I wanted to... Double Dash was my favorite, by far, my favorite. The Mario Kart series.
Mario Kart Wii was also really good.
It was
Yeah.
competitive, especially like for competitive.
Yeah, people fucking are still playing that game.
Yeah.
Online. They just, like, okay, Nintendo took down the servers, we'll make our own fucking servers, and just like that.
Oh yeah, that's what's up.
Those people love that game.
It was awesome. Like we had probably the best maps because they take from all the other ones, but like
Double
the
Dash
maps
is like
were
the
really-
best base mechanic.
Yeah.
With like switching teammates or having two teammates and
Yeah,
all
Double Dash
special
by
items
far.
and shit. Yeah.
Double Dash had that like they just knew how to please everyone. You're like, oh, you get to choose two characters. Hell yeah, you could switch them. Battle mode was still cool.
Remember having to unlock Petty Piran and King Boo?
Yeah.
Which was fucking difficult. From what I remember, I forgot what you had to do. Probably just get gold in every cut or some shit.
Yeah. That was always, but like they always. I like those incentive games where it's like, all right, I beat it. Oh, well, you can unlock this character by beating it on gold. All right, I'm gonna fucking beat it on gold. And like Smash Bros. Okay, play the game for 10 hours. All right, I'll play the game for 10 hours.
Here's Mewtwo.
Yeah, here's me. Yes. Or you could do it this way by beating, what is it, like the campaign mode of Melee, like on the hardest difficulty, like 5 or 4 times.
I remember there's one thing where it's like, okay, you have to play the game for X amount of hours, but you can just leave the game on.
Yeah.
Overnight.
We'd do that. We'd literally turn the game on, we'd set our characters, and then like we'd literally go play outside basketball or something, come back after 10 hours and like finish the game.
I would do that for Chows and Sonic Adventure to age them up so they like
Yeah.
upgrade faster.
Yeah.
Just leave it on overnight.
That would always be a double-edged sword though, because like...
They can die.
Yeah, you come back, you're like, where the fuck's my Chow? It's dead. Fucking fuck.
Okay, no.
Reset.
Turn off the-
Gotta do it again. But yeah, Smash was the funniest thing about playing Smash with like friends trying to unlock the same character is like the one who won the battle would have to go into the death match with, and it was like little Johnny or little
Don't fuck up.
yeah. You give me the sticks. Like I can do it. I can win.
Sure. Yeah.
And you lose, and you're like, fuck, we gotta do this again.
Speaking of
10
handing
hours, like, another 10 hours, let's do it.
Speaking of like handing off controllers, I remember we were at my apartment at Cogswell, right? And it was like, there's 8-player Smash, and it was like Vanille. He was one of the last 3. And we're in the back, I'm like, bro, just give me the controller.
Yeah, right.
And I was kicking everyone's out, and they're like, damn, Vanille got hands all of a sudden. And it was like the final 2, and they're starting to like, I can sense people about to look over, so I'm like, here, Vanille, just try to finish it. I forgot if
Fucking blows the lead.
Yeah, I forgot
That's
if people
something
were
we
or not.
would do on fucking Smash.
That was fucking hilarious.
But yeah, that was like really it that we mainly played with Smash, huh? We didn't
Because
play
like there were a lot of people.
Yeah,
so
it was just
we
such a
played
easy
Halo.
party game. Oh yeah. Halo. Oh my god.
Eyes of Fire.
Fuck, I forgot. Oh, Vanille, you are just a montage of moments in video game life, man. I have to lag. Fuck. I don't kill the game.
Double Dash was real shit though.
Really?
It was a fucking game in 2K, right?
Yeah,
I was
probably,
gonna say he was a sports game guy.
probably put in like a month worth of hours on Double Dash. But we also had that at daycare, so that's like probably what was like the best.
Yeah.
Like Koopa Troopa.
Babies, that was always it for me, the babies. Because you get the change on the field.
That was simple shit too. I was like a Daisy Yoshi kind of guy, purely for item reasons.
Yeah.
Because the hearts, they protect you, and then fucking A can get a random star for no reason.
Yeah, the fucking.
Yeah.
The stupid blue shell, dude. It's always gonna be like the crux. I hated that blue shell.
I will say,
I always try to slow down so just get
Yeah.
first, bro.
You never want to be in first because or if you were in first, you'd have to have like an extended.
in 64, there can only be one blue shell spawned at a time. So my fucking brother, he would
hold it forever.
He would hold it and get in first place because he's just so fucking good at the game. I was just like, dude, I can't get this guy.
I used to do shit like that too, but like it was always in campaign. I never against my cousins. Right? Every time I played like my family members or like people who were really good, like it always got heated, man. Like it always go back and forth. We always talk shit too. There's always shit talk.
My brother would always kick my ass in Smash, right? And that's how I got like better at the game. But my dad would come in and he'd be like, come on, let your brother win. My brother would be like, and then I'd win. I'd be like, it's not the same. I know he let me win, so it doesn't work that way.
Yeah. My dad never did that shit. Because my dad used to be a gamer. Like, growing up, we played PS2 games with one of his buddies. Mm-hmm. And they play army games. So, like, it was like those, like, realistic-esque army games. Like, I think one of them was called, like, Desert Storm. Mm-hmm. So you'd, like, you'd have two people to swap between. And the other person player did too. And you'd have to actually do like realistic, like more realistic shit. Like it wasn't Halo where you can just shoot out a fucking wraith. It was like, okay, you have to go grab that rocket launcher. You have to go fucking fire. You have to fucking crawl through this. Like it was. So like he had like a gamer sense of like he'd get pissed off at his friends when they like that. There was one time I was playing. It was. It was either a Game Boy Pokemon or something where I had to have a save file. Mm-hmm. And I left it on because we went to go get food. Oh. And his friend turned it off and I didn't get upset because I was too young to like know rage at the time. But I was more upset about it. My dad was like, what the fuck? Why you do that? You had to save it. And I was like, oh, he gets it. He understands.
My dad didn't. My mom got it. My dad did not get it. My dad didn't have he's not very competitive. Because like growing up, he just always lost, and he wasn't one of those people. So he wasn't one of those people who was like, I fucking lost, man. Fuck these people. I'm gonna get better at this. He's gonna like, oh, I lost. I'm just not gonna play.
Anyone who's watched Records of Ragnarok, he's gonna be the next Kajiro Sasaki.
So my mom is the complete opposite. Like she would play Diddy Kong Racing. That was her shit, and she would kick everyone's ass, including my brother. And she would always play the fucking turtle, and she'd be fucking Whiz Pig at the end. She was fucking good at that game. And then she'd be Ocarina of Time. Like my mom used to be a gamer. I'm gonna try to get her into Breath of the Wild. Because she looked at it, she saw me playing it, she's like, oh, that game looks cool. I love Zelda. And it's like, okay, I'll see it.
I loved Breath of the Wild. I loved it, but the map was just way too fucking big. For what they had. Because there was not a lot to do in a lot of the areas. Mm-hmm. It was just so spacious. Yeah. Like they should have either condensed the map a little bit more and it would make the events more full. Or they should have just put in more events, which would have had a later release.
Yeah. Aside from the shrines, I did get all 120 shrines. Aside from that, there isn't a lot to do around the map.
Yeah. I mean, you can look for Karaxes, but goddamn, there was 900 of them.
900. Yeah, there was 900.
Yeah. So because I did the same thing. I got so into Breath of the Wild, I had everything unlocked except for the Karaxes.
Fuck the Karaxes. I got 400 just because out of point. It was just a coincidence.
You'd see it and you'd be like,
so it takes 2 seconds. And then I remember when
some of them did. Some of them would take you hours.
I hated trying to fit the blocks in with magnesis in those little fucking sections. You know what I mean?
I know those ones. The ones I always had trouble with was to shoot it into the little it's always in the waters and you'd have to throw the rock into the. I always fail that, dude. I get so annoyed with that one. That one took me good solid 30 minutes to an hour.
I like the ones where you have to do a fucking high dive into a little circle just so you just see all
just the Assassin's Creed dive going into it. Or it was just also I don't know, it didn't capture the original Zeldas, the dungeons weren't very dungeony.
I don't think it was supposed to. You have to go into it with an open mind. This isn't really a Zelda game.
Yeah, I understood that, but a lot of OG Zelda people, like myself, had that I wished the dungeons were better because the shrines kind of replaced that whole dungeon concept. Mm-hmm. But it didn't fight. I don't know. It doesn't seem like puzzle solving as much, in my opinion.
I did some of them were puzzle. I would say a good quarter of them were puzzle solving. And those were the ones that I liked. I kind of like the combat ones. The
Yeah,
combat
I did
styles,
too.
I think those
I
are
did
hella
too.
fun.
I like those a lot.
Yeah.
Some of them were like, but they were like, I don't know, like Ocarina of Time, because like that water dungeon was notorious for like pissing people off, or like how long and even how just confusing it got. But I loved it for that because it was like, okay, I gotta figure this shit out. Go back to the start. I gotta retrace my steps. I love those kind of things. And like in the shrines, it was less. They were easy puzzles. Yeah.
I would say I agree. They were like easier for the most part, and a lot of them were like platforming or it's like okay, cut this road. Like they were fun, but I wouldn't call them puzzles. But then I see other people try. Like I saw my friend try to do these puzzles, and it was like they couldn't figure it out. I'm just like, really?
Yeah.
I don't know if it's because I'm good at puzzles or everyone's like not good.
Right.
Like, I don't know what it is, but
IQ's fucking out the ass. Yeah. I don't know. But I know what you mean. I've seen that too. You're like, how do you stop? And
you're just like
you want to yell at the person.
I don't know.
Just like,
that'd be cool if they had like it would be a lot of work because they have to make a whole new puzzle. But if they had like an easy mode for puzzles and a hard mode for puzzles, I think that'd be fucking cool.
Yeah.
Because for master mode is really just like you have less hearts and it's harder to find health.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess it would be kind of difficult to try and incorporate like Ocarina, fucking Twilight Princess dungeons into like an open world concept like that.
I think the top-down Zelda games have the best puzzles because they're just meant for puzzles, not really like combat. Because the combat's literally just swinging.
Yeah, I just like it becomes a puzzle in and of itself. Like, how do I swing, or how do I dodge this shit and swing?
Like Zelda: Link Between Worlds.
That was a really good one.
That was a really
good. They did a great job in Between Worlds.
That's my favorite top-down Zelda game for sure.
Well, I didn't play it all the way through Link Between Worlds because I never had access. It's 3DS. I never had a 3DS, so I just play whenever someone else had it.
Yeah.
But I loved it, dude. I loved the whole thing because it was pretty much Link to the Past, but they put such twists to it. But the nostalgia was still there.
The story was nice too.
It was a really good story,
so
for sure.
If you can emulate it, I'd recommend playing that game for sure.
Yeah, but Link to the Past, one of my favorites. They used to have an action replay. And it kind of screwed me more times than it didn't. It was like it'd like give me all the best stats, but at the same time I still had to find everything. And like I was like, I have everything. I don't know why I can't figure everything out. Yeah, action replays. That was like, I feel like that was an older thing though. Action replays.
Game Shark.
Yeah, Game Shark was same. But yeah, you just like fucking add that thing in, and fucking you just have like all these fucking. Like your stats would be like your Pokemon would be 99999.
Yeah, just get a bunch of rare candies.
Yeah. I don't know, because I grew up with the PlayStation first. That was the first console.
My first console. Well, since I had an older brother, I had two growing up. I had the Sega Genesis and 64.
Oh, actually,
Yeah.
I did have a 64, but I was like too young to play it.
Mhm.
My brother played it mainly.
Okay.
But like my dad, because he built this house, right?
Mhm.
So like in one of the days, like he was working on circuits, and he turned his circuit off and just fucking fried our PlayStation, or not a PlayStation, our Nintendo 64, and that was the end of our Nintendo 64. Dude, it was so sad.
We still have our Nintendo 64 from like back in the day. My brother has it at his house.
Yeah. Did you play any of like the PlayStation 2 platformers, like Jak and Daxter?
I did not. I didn't play Crash. I didn't play Sly Cooper. I didn't play Spyro.
I didn't play Sly Cooper either. I played Spyro on the Game Boy.
I played Spyro on the DS.
Yeah, I only played it on the Game Boy Advance. But I played Jak and Daxter. I love their story. Again, I'm a story guy, so I love their story. The gameplay was a lot of fun because it was like the kids' version of like GTA, pretty much. It could be. At least Jak and Daxter was.
You just play Ratchet and Clank.
I was just about to bring that one up. I did play Ratchet and Clank. That was the thing. I had it was like one of my birthdays, and I had the choice of buying Sly Cooper or Ratchet and Clank, like their newest one, which was called Up Your Arsenal, which was the hardest one. I couldn't fucking play. I couldn't finish it until like probably like a couple of years after, until like I grew more cognitive sense. It took me like a couple of years to beat that one.
Up Your Arsenal just. And when I heard it, it just sounds like Up Your Arse.
Yeah.
And I was just like.
I think that's a play on words.
Okay.
But I had those choices, and I picked Ratchet and Clank over Sly. I think I went with the right choice on that. But you said you played what, more like
I played JRPGs. I played Final Fantasy VII, Final Fantasy IX, Final Fantasy X. I didn't finish Final Fantasy X. I'm finishing it now on the Switch.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't play a lot of like Sony platformers.
Yeah, I played a lot of Final Fantasy on the Game Boys, like the Game Boy ones. Same with Kingdom Hearts.
I played Final Fantasy Chronicles on the GameCube as well. Shadow of the Colossus is my favorite standalone game.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I fucking love that game.
I guess my thing was like I was always so on the go all the time.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of my games were more Game Boy games or portables. But I mean, dude, we went through just so many video games. Like you have like a top. Let's go top 5. I think that's even harder.
We can do series. That might narrow it down.
Maybe let's
You do
start
like top 5 series and favorite of each series.
We could do. Let's do it platform wise. Okay, let's try and do it that way. I know it's gonna be hard. Or we could do series too. So like we can go like, because like Nintendo 64, I feel like there's so few series. Like that's gonna have to be like pick your top 1 or 2.
Star Fox 64 is my favorite 64 game for sure.
Honestly, I'd have to. I mean, I think we even skipped on the concept of Super Mario 64. Amazing game, by the way.
Yeah, I love the games.
And like so revolutionary. Yeah, one of the speedrunners. Yeah, speedrunners like crown jewel.
First 3D game, first game to use the analog stick.
Amazing. I couldn't beat it, Jake. I couldn't fucking get past I couldn't get past upstairs. It was such a fucking. Because like if you play it now, it's such a clunky function. And like watching speedrunners play it, it's just ridiculous how they fucking make it move.
Mm-hmm.
But I wouldn't say it's my favorite just because like I played other games like Banjo-Kazooie.
Yeah.
Banjo-Kazooie's probably got to be up there for me. That was like the one I always remembered the most.
Mm-hmm.
And like you don't see them anymore, except they added them into Smash. But
yeah.
And they didn't make like another Banjo. I mean, they made Banjo to it, but outside of Nintendo 64, they didn't make another.
I mean, nuts and bolts on the 360, which was a disaster.
Yeah, I never heard of that one.
It was terrible.
It sounds.
His character model looked.
I mean,
ridiculous.
You said it was for 360. It always sounded like
Xbox 360 because
that's
Microsoft bought Rare.
Yeah.
So that's why we don't have like a fucking Donkey Kong 64. That's why payroll was an issue with Smash Brothers, from what I recall, because that's like a weird thing. Because Rare also made the Donkey Kong Country games.
Yeah.
I wish Nintendo had Rare, dude.
Yeah, I don't know why they dropped the ball on that. Well, we just got off topic a little bit. I'm gonna take it off topic just one more time. But didn't Sonic come out for like an Xbox 360? Wasn't
Sonic 06?
Was it Sonic 06?
That was the worst Sonic game ever.
Yeah, I don't know, dude. The Sonic Boom? Sonic Boom.
Oh, Sonic Boom.
Sonic Boom's up there on that.
Oh, wait, maybe that's the worst Sonic game.
Those two are, those two can take the crown.
I think there's also Sonic Chronicles.
That's the night one?
No, it wasn't the night one. It was like the Sonic RPG.
Oh.
It was supposed to be like Super Mario RPG. Let me look up the name really quick while you decide your next like favorite game.
Well, we have to cover this Sonic topic real quick. Because like Sonic is it has such a good potential to be a great game. They just haven't executed it well.
Sonic Chronicles: The Dark Brotherhood was the Sonic RPG. And the music was terrible. It's the only Sonic game with bad music.
Yeah.
And it's like,
but that's the thing. Like Sonic always has such good potential. Like the Game Boy games, many of them. But outside of that, like
Sonic Rush on the DS was good. They stopped making good Sonic games like Sonic Unleashed, I want to say, on the Wii.
Even then, though, like all the 3D Sonics, like they've always had so much room for good potential to it, and they always just watch it.
I don't want a Sonic Adventure 3.
I don't.
Just because I don't want them to ruin it.
Two's already gotten bad reviews that I've seen online, and I love it too much, and I don't want to see 3 hit the shitter.
Sonic.
They haven't found their winning formula yet. They haven't.
I don't like Sonic and the Secret Rings or Sonic Black Knight.
Yeah, like I said, like those 3D adaptations, because they try to incorporate like a speedrunners-esque to like a 3D model, and they haven't found the winning ticket yet. I hope they do. I really do, because I love Sonic.
Same.
They haven't done it.
Favorite video game character for me, just because Sonic 3 was my first video game ever. Yeah. Sonic 3 and Knuckles. I fucking love that game to death. Same thing with Sonic CD.
Mine was Link. I like Link.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love him. He's a quiet, like someone I always wanted to be. Just like super quiet, always getting shit done. Yeah.
I think background wise, I can't say Sonic's my favorite character. And it might be like carried by nostalgia. It probably is. It definitely is. I don't know who I have to say my favorite video game character is outside of that, because there's so many good ones.
Yeah, I mean, we're only talking in the realm of Nintendo too. Like, if we bring in like PlayStation and fucking,
Especially when you bring up like
Xbox,
story-based games where characters have this fucking deep backstory.
yeah, it gets crazy. Like we skipped out on Metal Gear.
No, yeah, Snake's
Snake
insane.
and fucking Raiden, like fuck, dude. Like, there's so many good characters, but I'll just keep it there.
The whole rivalry between like Cloud and Sephiroth.
Yeah, right. Fucking exactly, dude. We'll have to stop it. We'll have to stop that category.
We need a
there.
video games part 2. But I can go on all day.
Well, I mean, like, just on best characters. We could go on characters alone. Alright. What's the next console after 64?
You can do PS2 or GameCube.
We'll do both. Like, for PS2, Jack 3, honestly, was better. To me. I just like the story better, and, like, you went to, like, an older world. Like, they have, like, this not time loop, but, like, a teleportation thing going on with it.
I think for PS2, I played PS1 games on a PS2, so, but I don't want to say like Final Fantasy 7 or Final Fantasy 9. I think 9. Yeah, 9 was on PS1. But favorite games on PS2 is probably Midnight Club 3 Dub Edition Remix, which is like a fucking racing game no one has ever heard about. It's the best game ever. And Final Fantasy 10. But
yeah, I played a shit ton of PlayStation games. We used to have a lot of them, but the only one that really comes to mind is Jack 3, so I had to put that one down. GameCube, that one's gonna be fun.
Sonic Adventure 2 Battle.
I would have to say that one too, but like outside of that,
I think for me saying Melee's that's cheating.
yeah, I wouldn't say
That's
like
fun.
those already go like in their own category.
Like when people say, "What's your favorite video game franchise?" I'm like, I can't say Smash.
Right. I like same thing. I would want to say Ocarina of Time because it is probably one of my favorite games.
Mhm.
But like for the sake, I mean, it was a Nintendo 64 game to start.
Majora's Mask is probably my favorite Zelda game, just because I like how dark it is, and I like Skull Kid as a villain.
That's why I like Twilight Princess a lot too. I like how the darker theme of it.
I don't like how Zant kind of got cut.
Yeah.
in that game.
Yeah, they the story at the end kind of got shafted, but like
I do like that game.
I do too. Everyone had like that, like, what the fuck is he a wolf? Like, don't question it. Just
I didn't
fucking play
mind
it. I didn't either. I was like, don't question it. Just fucking play it. But for me, it'd have to be Kirby Air Ride if it wasn't Sonic Adventure 2. Kirby Air Ride was just so fun. It's such a good party game. And again, that's outside of the Mario parties and all that, because like we won't go into the series. Because I think we covered that, right? Yours was 4, mine was 2, and then in GameCube it's 4. But all right. So then
The Xenoblade Chronicles for me.
Wii Sports.
I forgot about Metroid Prime.
Oh yeah.
I fucking love that. Oh no. Maybe the Metroid Prime trilogy.
Honestly, for me, still, it's Wii Sports. Wii Sports was so fun.
Yeah.
They have so many things going on with it. Or like the expansion one, which they had like archery and Wii Resort. Wii Resort. Yeah, that one was fun too, just because of the archery.
There's also Wii Play, which is just like a bunch of mini games. I didn't have that game, but
Yeah, my cousin always did. They always did, and I just like would jump around on it. But Wii Sports have probably. I just said normal Wii Sports.
do you have a specific game on there that you like the most?
I liked bowling. Obviously, it's gotta be bowling.
I didn't like baseball.
I didn't either.
I think there's too much to baseball that you want to manipulate.
Yeah.
Where, like, if you're just swinging and pitching, baseball just
I love baseball against playing someone because there's just always a laugh. You know what I mean? Someone's wildly swinging and the guy's trying to hide a pitch and like trying to throw the ball as fast. There's always the flick of the wrist. You just your ball would just fucking
you want them to see your hand move. You're trying to do a fastball, it's like.
The funny thing about Wii was like when you first got it, no one knew how to fucking figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone tried to bowl and like they just fucking gutter or they just fucking it was just a mess. And once you got it down, like everyone was throwing strikes. Alright. After Wii came, I didn't play Wii U a lot.
Wii U would probably just. Wii U has hidden gems. There's a reason they're porting a lot of Wii U games to the fucking Switch.
Yeah, they are.
It might be Pikmin 3.
You know, mine has to be the Mario, the Mario Adventure, Mario Brothers.
Mario 3D World?
It wasn't the 3D World. It was
Super
the side
Mario.
platform.
was
They had it on
Super
the.
Mario Bros. U.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. Just because you can
Or
fuck
New
with
Super
everyone.
Mario Brothers U.
Yeah, just because you can fuck with people.
Yeah.
If you had that Wii U console, dude, or the fucking that gamepad,
Oh, you put fucking
you
platforms
can just fuck
everywhere.
everybody over.
That's just fucking funny.
That's the only reason why I like the Wii U.
There's also PS4 and Xbox.
PlayStation 3.
One.
Did I play PlayStation? I didn't play PlayStation.
I didn't have.
I played
PlayStation 3.
Xbox 360. I'll go with
There's
it.
GTA 5 on PlayStation 3, which they keep fucking remaking.
Yeah, I heard they're turning the servers off for the Xbox 360 and the PlayStation 3 makes.
Yeah, because they're porting it to the fucking PlayStation 5.
Yeah.
Which is ridiculous.
They're doing like the iPhone method. They gotta cut things off and they gotta keep moving along.
Literally years old.
Yeah.
I think it's like a decade old.
People are still expecting a 6. Like.
Yeah. There's some guy was acting like, you can't keep fucking doing this.
Yeah.
You want fucking GTA 6.
Yeah. Halo. I have to say Halo. The one out of Halo that I liked the most was probably Reach.
I wish I played Halo. I want to play Halo. I can't say it's my favorite game because I haven't played it, but I probably would say that.
Yeah.
So I'd have to say Cuphead.
Cuphead. Oh yeah, Cuphead was a good game.
Because that was an Xbox exclusive for a bit.
I think the main reason for Reach, because like I know a lot of people would probably disagree. I know 4 wasn't that great. 4 had a cool story, but I don't know, it just wasn't that great. I think people always take it into terms of multiplayer, and I don't take it completely there. Reach was cool. I liked the story of Reach because it was like the origin story of like all the Spartans. 3 was also very good, but I have to give it to 4. Also because like that was the one that we always all played when we were here, and that was the one I played with my ex-girlfriend at the time. And that was like the one thing like that was the one like I mean we played a lot of video games together, but that was the one that like I was good at that she would join in on. You know what I mean? Like if you remember her, she only played games she was good at. And that was the one game she wasn't like amazing at that she would play, so that was always like a fun thing for us back in the day.
I want to change my favorite Wii game and Wii U game. It's gonna be Monster Hunter 3 and Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate. Fucking love those games.
For sure.
Yeah.
And then Switch is Monster Hunter again.
Oh, probably not.
Switch.
That's like my least favorite Monster Hunter game. It's still good. It's like.
I remember you guys were hyping it up. You were like, hey, it's coming out for Switch. We can all play.
Because we all played Monster Hunter World on the PS4. It's probably definitely my favorite PS4 game.
Yeah, PlayStation 4. Rocket League, to be honest. I got really good at it to a certain degree.
I also played Last of Us on
Last
PS4, so I might have to say.
Shit.
Oh, you know what? I'm gonna cheat. Say Last of Us for PS3.
There you go. There you go.
And then say Monster Hunter Iceborne for PS4.
For PS4, I have to say Rocket League because me and my cousin. Again, this is always because it's tied to memories, but me and my cousin lived in we shared a room, and we both had PlayStations and our own TVs, and we'd go to competitive matchmaking, and we'd wreck people because our communication was literally like you and me talking, him and I were talking, and we were just
the synergy was on point.
Yeah, and I got really good at the game, not to like fucking like to any of those like crazy ass fucking high flyers, but like I would get to like gold or like that end of gold and to the start. I think it's platinum. I don't know if that's right, but like I'd get to that kind of degree. So like I wasn't like crazy good, but like around people I knew, I was pretty fucking awesome. Especially my cousin. Like I was much better than him at that game. Hot take, but I believe it. And then Switch. I don't have PlayStation 5. I don't play PC.
I don't have There's nothing on the PlayStation 5 that I want to play. Well, there's actually like I think it's Sabrina. I think that's what it's called. It's like this really cool looking game.
Well, they had what? Street Punk? Was it Street Punk?
Cyberpunk.
Cyberpunk 2077.
Tanked.
Did it?
Yeah, it had a bunch of.
I know they were hyping it up.
It was hyped up a lot, but it was probably the biggest disappointment next to like.
Just looked like a futuristic Watch Dogs.
Yeah.
Or like a Saints Row. Oh, Saints Row. Saints Row is so
favorite
good.
PS2 game actually Shadow of the Colossus. A lot of the things I've said is just like the first thing that came to mind.
Yeah, I mean it's hard to think about it. There's so many games.
It might be because I don't title those games with consoles.
Yeah.
It's just like I love this game itself, and it's been on multiple consoles. So.
Yeah. And for me, it's more memorable shit. You know?
Favorite Switch game, definitely Smash. That one I will just say Smash.
Yeah.
Because there aren't a lot of Switch games I've played.
It have to be. I mean, Odyssey was fucking amazing, and it's doing just as good in the speedrunning community as fucking 64 at this point.
Oh wait, Wii U game, Breath of the Wild. My bad.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Breath of the Wild, but I mean that's such a cliche answer.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean,
There's so many good games
I don't
to pick,
care.
dude. This like picking games already is.
Yeah.
I've already backtracked. Like it's just
I'll stick with Breath of the Wild, dude, because that was the only reason why I bought the Switch
Mhm.
to start. I was like, oh, I'm gonna get like. I bought it. I was the first person I think in our friend group.
to have a Switch.
Yeah, because I got it like right on the
Yeah, I
list.
remember you had Odyssey and Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, I got it right when it came out because I was working like a good job and everyone else was going to school and I was like, I have cash I can throw.
I just got Breath of the Wild on the Wii because I had a Wii U.
Yeah.
Which makes sense.
Well, I remember we were talking about it. I was like, yo, I'm gonna get the Switch like when it comes out. Are you? And you're like, nah, it's.
The only thing I
You're
want
like,
was
nah, Breath of the Wild's on
is-
Wii U, so I don't need to. And
Mhm.
like when Odyssey comes out, I'll get it then. And I was like, oh, okay.
I didn't even get Odyssey. I might just borrow Kendall's copy, honestly.
Yeah. I think I don't know if you can borrow mine. I haven't played fucking forever. If I have a hard copy, I don't know if I've downloaded it. I might have downloaded it. Fuck.
Want to wrap it up?
Yeah, that was a good point to end on.
Yeah.
Just going through our series of games, we talked about a whole shit ton, dude.
Mhm.
As you could tell, we'll probably have to revisit this topic again. But thanks for tuning in. It was your boy Maui,
And your boy Charles.
and this was Couch Surfing. Peace.